All right, today we're going to palpate some bony structures of the ankle joint. And first we're going to take a look at the medial malleolus. And medial malleolus is where the tibia comes down and meets the talus. So the tibia sits medially to the talus, and that's the first structure we're going to look at. So as we come down here, we'll turn her ankle out a little bit, and that's that same structure you saw there. That's the medial malleolus. Now, the next structure we're looking at is the sustentaculum tali. And that is a small structure right here that sits as a shelf for the talus that's on the bottom of the calcaneus here. So we're going to take a look here at her ankle, and we're going to locate that structure just below. So we're going to look at the medial malleolus, which is here. All right, and just below that is the talus, and we're going to go just below that, and right in here we can feel the little protrusion there. The sustentaculum tali is right in here. You can feel it protruding right down in here. Now the next one is the navicular tubercle, and where we're going to go for that, tuberosity, navicular tuberosity, we're looking at this here, and we're going to look at this protrusion right down here. So we're going to follow, there's the sustentaculum tali, and then we're going to look at the naviculum. There it is right here. You could see, if I push, I'm going to turn her out, push, you can see the protrusion right here. And that's the navicular tuberosity right there. Next, we're going to measure rear foot eversion. And what we're going to look at is, I'm going to have her do a fair test first, the range of motion. So, Tara, I would just like you to take your ankle, and I'm going to have you rotate it outwards this way. So don't try to turn the foot so much, try to turn your entire ankle out. So this would be inversion inwards and eversion outwards. So I'm just going to move you through the range of motion to show you what range of motion I'm looking at. There, that's inversion, and here is eversion. Now you're not going to get much, you don't feel much motion there probably, right?
No.
But inversion you should feel a lot more. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to take you back to a neutral position right in the middle. Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to take my goniometer, and I'm going to, the axis is going to be directly between the, and you can see on her ankles very clearly from this ankle, you can see her two medioli here and here, and that's going to be the axis of our goniometer. And we're going to line the stationary portion of the goniometer with the axis with her leg. So I'm going to take a look at the center of her leg, and I want to get it just in the center, and I'm going to put the axis of the goniometer right here between the medial malleoli, or the medial and the lateral malleoli. So I'm going to make sure the top stays perfectly still, and I want to get the bottom axis right there between, not the axis, but the bottom arm is going to be right there between the middle of her. So if I grab each side of the calcaneus, I want to get right in the middle. All right. So Tara, I'm going to have you go ahead and evert. Nope, that's inversion. That's going to turn it out. Now go back again. And as you do it very slowly, I'm going to turn the, keep going, and right there. So we're going to read that, and that looks like about 10 degrees of eversion. And the one thing that I'm not a fan of when it comes to the goniometers is there's a lot of room for error. So I'm going to just take a look at with the digital goniometer. And the nice thing about the digital goniometer is it's not dependent on two arms. I'm going to just move your foot over this way, son. All I have to do is keep it stationary on one. So if I know her foot's in a neutral position and I can get her foot and I can keep it pressed into one position here, it doesn't really matter about where the rest of it is, as long as she's in neutral position. And when she goes ahead and turns, oh, let's go back. Hold on, let's do that again. And slowly go. Right there. And here, show 15 degrees. So as long as I put that in the same spot every time, it doesn't matter if I mess up this or have this in the same spot, I'm going to get the same reading on that. So we got 15 degrees, which was a little bit different than what we got. I find that very difficult to use. I find this very easy to use. I think we were at about 11 degrees with that goniometer, and we were here with this one. So if we do this again, let's see if we can get the same results. Go ahead and turn. Turn. Yep. So we are at 16 degrees. We had 10, 11 degrees with this goniometer. We're going to see if we can reproduce the same exact results. And this is exactly part of the here, and we're going to go here, and this is very tough to use sometimes, right in the middle. So slowly start to bring your foot in. No, I'm sorry, evert it out to the outside. And let's do that again. I'm going to hold this steady right here. And I'm going to try to move this when you move. Go ahead and move it. There we go. So that time was about 9 degrees. So we're getting a little bit different readings. Let's go ahead and do this again. I'm going to hold this tight here. I'm going to hold this tight to your ankle. And go ahead and go out. See, that's tough. See, I didn't quite hold it tight enough, and now we're coming up with about 5. I'm going to do that again. And the thing is, we want results that are reproducible. We want results that are consistent, and we can know that our patient's actually getting better rather than guessing or having an inconsistent result. So go ahead and turn it in again. More. Now we're getting 5 again. So I had this down somewhat inconsistent. I'm going to pin this to her heel. She's in a nice neutral position. All right, go ahead and turn. Turn. Good. And we're getting 14. So we had a 14, a 15, and a 16 compared to a 5, a 6, and a 11 with the other one. Just a little difference in the digital versus the actual goniometer, the manual.